Boop. It's a tie.
Ah! That's quite the humorism right there.
You know, I risked my entire reputation just for that joke. And,
We got a free kick from Stratford up to the middle into a sea of blue.
Will Nathan Nance, as 1 year removed from high school at Brentwood High, let me tell you some sage advice. You know, good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from bad decisions. So
Indeed.
just make sure you get a lot of experience.
Sounds good. Sounds like some
Cross to
quality
middle.
wisdom. You know, these Brentwood players are just swarming their defensive side, as defense does, because that is their job. They are not supposed
Looks
to
like
let it go into the goal, and they didn't.
Brentwood in full control, moving it towards midfield.
Now see, this is this
Gonna
zone
cross it
that's been hard for both teams to get in
Oh,
and
they're
out
gonna
of.
lose track of it here, though. They bit off a bit more than they could chew, bringing it in a bit too fast. They needed more men to pass that around, keep that away from Stratford.
Stratford with the throw in here.
I think Brentwood's going to try and see if they can swipe the ball really quick here while they're on their side. They do not succeed.
And Cade Preventure's going to wait for that one to roll right into his hands, throw it over to number 2, Mr. Adam B. and Carey. Over to number 7, Nassim.
Oh, with some fancy footwork, he turns it over, interestingly enough.
And that's going to be out of bounds. Stratford ball.
And I believe Stratford will see maybe a scoring opportunity here.
Oh, and we've got a call down over here.
Flag raised from the root.
All right, we've got 17 minutes left in this half. Still tied 1-1.
Yeah, you know, this quarter, besides a couple, decent shots on the goal, we really haven't seen a lot. You know, they seem to be laid back. Oh! We have a NCAA March Madness update.
It is now 77-78. Tennessee leads with 2 minutes left in this second half.
Once again, congratulations, Boilermakers.
He's very
We got a
confident.
throw in from Stratford here. A little bit of, it looks as if, while there is still 16 and a half minutes left on the clock, I'm starting to sense a little bit of urgency here. I don't know if it's their feeling of rushing against the clock or perhaps just impatience that they're just trying to go ahead and get one leg up.
Just trying to get something done. No,
Trying to take care of business.
go and do.
And Preventure is just going to slam down on that ball.
Slam!
Bring it in.
Bring it in.
And get rid of it.
Gonzo.
Gonzo.
Indeed.
Done. I would also like to congratulate the Gonzaga Jaguars on their win in
think it's the Jaguars.
the NCAA March Madness tournament.
Those might be the Bulldogs.
They're the Bulldogs?
I think they're the Bulldogs.
I thought it was Butler.
Butler's Bulldogs too.
How many schools are Bulldogs?
There's probably a
Have an
few.
original mascot for once,
Think
guys.
about
Come
how-
on.
Okay, Bruins,
Go Bruins.
Belmont, UCLA, or Brentwood.
All right, we've got a breakaway for
That's
Stratford here. It's going to be just him versus the goalie, and he gets a little too eager.
That was
He's going to send it right of the goal.
That was a really bad missed opportunity right there. He had a great shot at the goal. You know, the goalie had no clue where that could have gone, and he just put it about 3 feet past the right pole post, whatever you call it.
He seemed to be a tad outrunning his dribble, if you know what I mean, or out dribbling his run. He seemed to have to stretch for that last kick.
You know, Mr. Dillard, you said
He tried to drip when he should have dribbled.
that was a bad missed opportunity. What would a good missed opportunity look like? Is my question.
One where it's not your fault if it doesn't go in. You know.
Oh, so like when a goalie.
That was what.
And we've got another goal. We've got a goal for Brentwood. Who caught?
I believe that was number 19.
Number 19, Mr. Reed McAdams, the freshman, the young gun, sailing it in to the goal.
Wow. Wow, you hear that, boys? Freshman. He's going to be here 4 more years.
Indeed.
Tearing it up in James C. Parker Stadium.
Reed McAdams.
Indeed. You know, you love to see it because this Brentwood team, they were really building up last year. They've got a lot of good seniors that are returning starters, But it's fun to see these younger guys coming up and making the big plays when it really matters.
For sure, Nance. Well said, well put.
Well, Stratford, if they were feeling an impatience or an inkling of rush earlier, they're definitely feeling it now, considering they're now down by 1, 14 minutes left in this half.
Stratford is on the hot seat.
Feel it. You feel it in the air. It is just, it's just the rush of.
Well, do you smell that? Do you smell that smoke? You hear the flames? Looks like Brentwood just lit a fire into Stratford. There.
You better believe it. Stratford is going to be hurrying to score now.
Rushing, you might say.
Stratford's going to take it down that right
I believe that's
right
a nationality.
line.
Whoa, let's not get ethnic here.
Oh, you're right. We can't get ethnic or political.
Cross over to center, putting pressure on the goalie.
Oh!
Post
nearly
saves
did
him.
it.
That's what I would say a bad missed opportunity there. And by that I mean that was a completely unforced error by Stratford. They had a great shot at goal, and the Pooch got screwed a little bit right there.
I don't know.
Number 4, Clay Thompson, got to give a shout-out to him, taking that rebound off the pole and just sending it out of bounds, at least so that they upset Stratford's momentum there, allow a little time to reset.
You know,
For sure.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say both of these teams are practicing on goals that are just a little bit too big because they've hit it off the crossbars in the side multiple times in this game. And they've just had such great opportunities, and they've just come up short just because of those pesky crossbars being in the way.
Oh, big old slam there.
Number 14 just straight up body
old
slamming
slam.
one of Brentwood's fine players. That would be number 7, Nassim Abasulim, who once again is a stand-up guy and a team player. Does not deserve to be disrespected in that way.
Absolutely not. Couldn't agree more. Oh, we're going to see another scoring opportunity for Brentwood. Spartan goalie there, ready to pick that right
You can
up.
really see the desperation in Stratford's play. They're getting incredibly more aggressive, incredibly more desperate in their attempts to get it even with Brentwood.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? I saw that Brentwood shot. He was 3-on-1. He had 3 opposition against him.
We're seeing a lot of big kicks here, ladies and gentlemen. We saw a lot of small back-and-forth defensive longs, but just over the last couple minutes, we've seen a couple big sailing kicks just
absolutely
going
right.
back and forth and back and forth.
You know what they say? Big kicks, little tricks.
Indeed.
For sure.
That's the name of the game. I'm actually incorrect. The name of the game is soccer.
Football.
Or football, if you
if
will.
you're on the other side of the Atlantic. Shout out to our
Little-
fellows
little-
across the pond.
Across the pond.
As one might
We got
say.
a free kick here for Brentwood around the 40-yard line. Maybe 36-yard line, I think, if I can spot it.
That's absolutely, I would say that's quite accurate.
Thank you.
Precise and accurate.
Who's taking that one? Can we get an identification on who's taking that free kick?
You know, without those official WBHS 9 binoculars, I just can't say that we can see what number that is.
It looks to me to be perhaps number 8. Is that Mr. Merrill?
You know, I think it might be number 10,
Number
Sam
10.
Dillard.
I believe that
not
is.
Sam Dillard, Sam Komchenko. I'm mixing up my Sams.
Shout out to Sam Konchenko. We had the same AP Environmental Science class last year.
You also have the same name.
What? That's ridiculous.
Wild. It's a small world here in Brentwood, Tennessee.
Indeed it is.
And a
Stratford bats off that kick.
Good save by the Stratford goalie and defense there. They're going to try and take it up this right wing.
The
Perhaps
right wing, the
perhaps-
most busy wing.
Perhaps move it up.
The
I was
right
gonna
wing, you say?
I was going to say.
That's Ronnie Adcock's favorite wing.
I was
Indeed.
gonna say perhaps he was gonna try to move it over to the middle field, but fortunately rolled out of bounds before we could.
Oh, we saw some fancy footwork from 16.
We're seeing a little
On
bit more aggression there. Mr.
Spartans.
Sam Konchenko taking off with it.
Brentwood's got a great opportunity here.
Oh,
if
it's
he can
fantastic.
connect,
Here we go.
Oh, good. Number
Fantastic.
16,
Oh!
Blake Chalfont
Could
with
not
the
come
missed
up with it.
opportunity.
He just mistimed his
unfortunately.
kick.
There was a whistle. I'm not sure what it was.
That is number 16, Blake Chalfont.
You were right.
Period 3 Theater Pro legend, Blake Chalfont. Stratford going to take it up to the other side here. Hope to have as good of an opportunity as Brentwood just did.
You
And
know,
maybe
we've
just
got
have it work
about
out.
10 and a half minutes left, and it's not looking good because Brentwood's heating up and Straford is cooling down to a freezing block of losing ice.
I don't know that I would go quite that far, Mr. Dillard. However,
No, they're 10 minutes from it.
oh boy. Well, we've got 10 minutes left of some rigorous play here at James C. Parker Stadium.
In the game for Brentwood, number 6, Owen Kaufman.
Oh, and now we got another third period Theater Pro legend, number 6, Owen Seabass Kaufman, out on the field.
And you know what? If you don't mind, I think us up here in the booth are going to refer to him as Seabass because that is indeed what he goes by in that third period class.
We got a lot of student athletes here at Brentwood,
We certainly do.
putting just as much effort in the classroom as out of the classroom.
In fact,
Indeed.
I believe all of these athletes are student athletes.
Well, we certainly hope so.
That would be cheating if it wasn't.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again, there is no I in student athlete at Brentwood High School. We've got a bunch of team players here.
Indeed.
And, I would surmise that is why that Brentwood is in the lead.
They've been a solid team
And
throughout
we've got
this
a
game.
Stratford player down on the field.
He's
Looks
fine.
like-
He's
look-
fine. He's just
looks-
trying to get a call.
It looks like his face was a bit in pain there.
You know, if I do say so myself, the Stratford probably has their own drama department in which they learn how to act.
They probably
And I would imagine some of these soccer players are taking that class.
Oh.
I heard that
That's
all
that's
the
a strong allegation there, sir.
perhaps all of the Stratford soccer team are just paid actors.
I don't know that it's that quite that far. Of
I don't know
conspiracy.
about that. That's a bit of a stretch, Armstrong.
Well, speaking of stretch, the Stratford player definitely stretched his leg out for that one. Unfortunately, couldn't come up
Yeah.
with it. Gonna roll out of bounds there.
You know, their time is stretching
We have an
thin.
NCAA March Madness update with Nathan Nance.
Purdue, Tennessee, 82-82. 2 seconds left in the second half.
Wait, the second
Fantastic
half or
game.
second quarter?
Second half.
Wow.
No,
Ladies and
there's
gentlemen.
only halves in college basketball,
Are they
Mr.
not
Dill.
quarters?
No,
Nope.
it's just halves.
It is just halves. Are you cultured at all?
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big sports ball guy.
Oh, he's not a big sports ball guy, but here he is announcing a sports ball game.
Well, I prefer the sports where they play with their feet, not their hands.
Oh, I got you.
Indeed.
Because
Sounds
you know,
good.
games where you have to use your hands are disrespectful to those that have lost their, their appendages in combat.
I suppose nobody has ever lost their legs in combat, though.
Let's move on here.
All right. Right back to the game. We see. Oh, there's been some knees taken.
Yeah, it looks like
Two
we're
knees.
taking a knee here. Where's the
One knee has been raised, so all right, no more knees.
It's yeah.
There might have been an injury there. I'm so sorry,
It's gotta-
folks. We
it's gotta-
It's looking like an intern group chat out here because I see some broken ankles.
It's like,
Absolutely.
looks like a free kick for Mr. Konchenko from the right side,
or as
from his
Casey,
point of view.
as Casey called him earlier, Mr. Chinko.
Mr. Komchenko, shortened to Chenko, as he's known by his friends.
Indeed.
For sure.
Oh, done. We got a little hand
And
touch
that
there.
was just an unfortunate handball.
Okay,
Unfortunate
Oh, it
handball
wasn't
for
a handball because
uh,
it went to Brentwood.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of patty cake between Stratford and
He was just
Brentwood.
putting his hands down to steady himself, and then the Stratford player kicked the ball into his arm. Is what looked like what happened.
That is number. That was number 3, Mr. Oliver Joyner.
Got another kick on the goal.
Free kick here, right up the middle. Let's see if we can do something. Let's see if they can do something here. It's
Oh,
gonna be
right to the
caught.
hands of the goalie.
Gonna
You know
be
that-
caught by the Stratford goalie. Save before going in.
That Stratford goalie has just failed one time per half up till this point.
I don't work here.
Don't you worry about it. I will take care of that. Except my phone is dead. Yes, sir, my phone died earlier.
Copyright, DVDs, $20.
All right, we've got
Fantastic.
some we got some sponsor stuff going on. We'd just like to say this is a copyright of WBHS 9
It's gonna be
Productions.
at the end.
Oh, this is at the end. Never mind.
Don't worry about it.
Yikes. Yikes.
It's all right. We've got a throw in coming in here from Stratford.
We're welcoming him back after a long sabbatical to Miami, Ohio.
It's been I've just been used to the collegiate broadcast where we run a bit more of a professional
I bet you
operation.
do. Where you say the sponsors in the middle of the game.
Yeah, when we go to commercial break.
All right, here
We have a NCAA March Madness update.
Really quick, overtime. Tennessee, Purdue.
The big
Gonna be a
OT.
close one.
and we've
Big
got a
orange
throw.
one might say.
As opposed to an OT, we've got a TO throw in. No, sorry, that's an
No.
O, not an I. I tried to do something there. Didn't
Don't worry.
work.
It's
It's okay. We've got Stratford.
I could see where you were going.
Brentwood applying
Straford
some pressure
is
on goal, heading it up. Stratford's going to recover that though. We'll probably send it back towards Brentwood. Actually, no, we got a bit of
Got a bit of a
Toss up. Got a bit of a toss up.
What we do in the
Oh my,
British
he's
accents.
throwing his body in there. No, we're not. I just did that for a little toss up.
Stratford.
Because I can
Some
do.
I gotta say, give
No, no,
it
no.
up to
I can do
Stratford.
John
We've
Lennon.
got some solid
Oh,
passing
I'm
game
just a kid
happening
from
here.
Liverpool.
Alrighty then.
The Beatles. That's my John Lennon impression.
I
right
would
there.
go so far as to say that's disrespectful.
We're
to
going.
anybody.
We're gonna
from
try
that
and
area.
cross it up to the center.
But of course, in Liverpool,
Uh-oh.
Brentwood
they-
bouncing off the back from Nassim, number 7. He's gonna try and take it up.
Whoa! Number 14 just completely.
I don't know about that one. Seemed like
Wow.
a bit of contact there.
Looks like Stratford must have jumped in the mud a little bit because they are playing dirty.
It would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Chwould seem.
Listen, number 14 on
Oh.
Stratford, you just got to say, he's a big presence on the field, and he's just not afraid to throw that weight around. And Brentwood, I think, with unfortunately how the refs, unfortunately or fortunately, with how the refs are calling this one, Brentwood's got to match up to that.
Of course, we keep it unbiased, fair and balanced here at WBHS 9 Broadcasts.
also go Bruins.
Also, go Bruins.
Go Bruins.
The Brentwood Bruins, that is, not the UCLA or Belmont Bruins.
Of course.
Well, just the Bruins in general.
In the words of our good
Well,
friends at
I
Fox
mean-
News, fair and balanced.
And we've got Stratford chasing after the ball. Can't quite tell what number that was. Is it fair?
Wow, what a game. We've got 4 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. And, I would say possibly the game's in the bag for Brentwood.
Don't go that far,
unless Stratford
Mr.
really shows
Dillard.
up here.
Don't go that far. That clock is just ticking away in Stratford's
Well,
head.
I'm a fan of bold predictions. Also,
You
shout out
absolutely
to the Boilermakers of Purdue for moving on to the Elite Eight.
And that is number 4 times he has said that now. Not that I'm counting, but 4 times, that's a bold prediction.
All right, number 10,
Anyway,
jostling around for that ball. That's number 10, Mr. Sam Komchenko.
Brentwood is indeed.
We've been saying
on
his
the
name a
attack.
lot tonight. Mr. Nassim.
Mr. Burke as well.
Mr. Burke, definitely in the first half, and perhaps it's just because other sides switched sides, kind of
Indeed.
flopped the whole thing around. But
not to age myself, but looking back upon my past days of broadcasting, watching Brentwood soccer, I started off seeing Sam Kimchenko as a younger sophomore, junior, being more of a role player on the team. But now I see him a team leader. I see a playmaker, and he's doing the blue and gold proud.
you can just tell that he's happy to be out on that field. He's happy to be leading his team out on that field. Him, Michael Burke, some of the other seniors, just leading this team.
Mr. Dillard, I would further your throwback and say that Mr. Komchenko has swiftly stepped into the boots of Mr. Jack Lippy on the team. He has stepped into quite a large pair of shoes, and he has done quite well.
For those not
bringing this team up.
for those not familiar with Mr. Lippy, he is a alumni here at Brentwood High School.
Actually, he's an alumnus.
Alumnus.
Alumni is plural.
Alumnus of the
Or you could just go
Brentwood High. Alum of the Brentwood High School soccer team.
Ladies and
Former
gentlemen, that is
captain.
what 3 years of Latin gets you.
Indeed.
We're hip and cool here at
It also
WBHS 9.
gets you out of an internship.
Yes.
The first year. Sorry, a little insider knowledge there. For you viewers back home, a little inside peek as to how the WBHS 9 studio is run.
Yeah, well,
I can tell you it's running English,
back here out with the
not in Latin.
with the Brentwood
Not
Bruin.
math either.
Back out here with the Brentwood Bruin soccer team.
Actually, it is
Mathematically
slightly
right.
2
running
minutes,
math.
10 seconds remaining. Looks like they're about to winnie weedy weeky. Come see and
Whoa,
conquer.
down on the
Uh-oh.
went down for that one, sliding.
Down.
Who's that,
Brentwood is
number-
breaking ankles left and right.
That is
my goodness.
Number 16, Blake Chalfant, just taking a slide across the grass there.
You
And that,
know-
of course, is Theater Pro legend, third period, Blake Chalfant.
And speaking
Blake
of Theater
Chalfant
Pro
sounds like a
legends,
Frenchman. Probably because he's putting their legs in a pretzel. Wait, no, pretzels are German. Scratch
All right,
that. I thought they were
Haas.
French.
It's okay.
Speaking of third period Theater Pro legends,
European
Seabass
in general.
just kicked the ball out of bounds. And also, Christian
Both
Nielsen just got his
Nazi-occupied.
foot on the ball. Interesting. Brentwood is still on the attack here with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this game. And I don't know how long they can hold that up. But Stratford Spartans are going to need quite the offensive push here if they are hoping to tie this up and take it to overtime.
1
Much
minute,
like
12
the
seconds left
NCAA
here.
game.
Stratford, we see him getting impatient. We see him trying anything they can to get possession back. And we see Brentwood just trying to lock him up, mainly in this center frame. If they can keep him wrapped up in this middle here, then that's just game over right there. 54 seconds left on the clock.
Do you have a
Stratford
score on the basketball game?
Stratford doing a final push here.
40 seconds left. See if they can tie it up.
Not if Cade Preventer has anything to say about it. He's going to snatch it off the ground.
With 30
here
seconds
we
left.
go.
The clock is ticking down. Stratford hears that in their mind. They are just,
Number 19
Trying.
going to kick it way out of bounds here.
and that is just a time-ticking strategy right there.
We have a NCAA March Madness update.
I believe it is in overtime.
10
3
seconds
minutes,
left.
23
Looks like
seconds
we're
left.
just going to have to call this one.
85-84.
Brentwood just keeps kicking it way out of bounds in order to keep that clock running. 3 seconds left. 2,
It's a done game.
1. And that is going to spell a win for the Brentwood Bruins.
W-I-N.
2-1. There may
For
not be an
Brentwood.
I in team, but there definitely is an I in win. And
I is in Brentwood.
Brentwood wins.
Brentwood wins!
Go
Yeah,
Bruins!
go Bruins.
Score, your Brentwood Bruins 2.
Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Of course, this broadcast is copyright protected. If you'd like to, if you would like
Purchase.
to purchase a copy of this broadcast tonight, please email ronnie@wcs.edu. That is Ronnie A, RONNIE A at wcs.edu. Please email him if you are interested in purchasing a copy of tonight's game.
It'll
Thank
be
you very
about
much for
20
thank you
Dylans.
very much for tuning in with us tonight. I'm Casey Crow.
I'm Nathan Nance.
And I'm Sam Dillard.
Thank you
Have
for
a
joining
blessed
us.
night.
Thank you for joining us, Sam, again as a special guest. Good night, y'all.
Good night.